morning. We are live. We are live. Let's get into the show this morning, guys. I was supposed to come on at 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, people, it is so bad in New York area driving, man. It is so bad. The streets are bad. Listen, I don't know, man. The way New York sanitation plow the streets is horrible, man. I'm complaining this morning as well. It's horrible, man, because people, the snow was, it was a lot of snow, man. A lot of snow, guys. A lot of snow dumped on New York, man. Check this out. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You understand what I'm saying? Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that picture, guys. Look at that picture, man. Wow, guys. It was crazy out there. And it's still crazy out there as we speak, man. Can't drive fast. You got to take your time. You know, there's black ice. It's very cold. It's 20 degrees right now. It's very cold outside, guys. It's cold. And you know what I mean? I think the sanitation could have did a better job. You know what I mean? But they didn't, man. It's horrible, man. You know, the thing about it, they plow the street, and you know, these people don't use their brain. You know, they're supposed to come together as a team, and when they plow the street, people can't get on the bus because they plow the street. The bus stop is all clear, but to get on the bus, you gotta go over a hill, like a hill of snow to get on the bus. They need to do a better job. So I heard the city said today that they hire those fill-in people to go on and clean, like, you know, clean the bus stops so people could be safe. And you know, because if someone falls, it's the city responsibility to clean the bus stop. It is. So the sanitation come and do more damage, then leave it like that, then they got to come back again and do another job. Don't make no sense. They should have just clear out, you know, the part where the bus is with the you know, the trucks. You know what I mean? But again, it is what it is, guys. So you know what I mean? It was crazy, man. Crazy weekend. But thank God that we survived it. We lived through it. We lived to see another day, guys. How's everyone doing, man? Thank you for the like. And listen, the show this morning, guys, we're going to speak about, I know you guys, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep you guys up to date with these stories, especially with Celeste. Right now, remember Celeste, according to the police report, they made an update. They arrested someone in Montana at his mother's house. This person got arrested on the 22nd of January, but bonds out on $60,000. And I forgot his name, guys. But let me get into this. Neo, his name is Neo Langston, was arrested on January 22nd on unsuspected warrant issued by the Los Angeles Police Department. The popular, he's a streamer. The popular Twitch streamer, friend of Dave, was arrested at his mother's home in Montana for allegedly failing to appear as a witness. So he didn't want to testify what happened at the Los Angeles homicide investigation. You know, and my question is, you know what I mean, if you don't have anything to hide, you know what I mean, why you don't want to be a witness for a young girl? And we all remember Celeste. We all remember Celeste, guys. We all, good morning. Hi, how you doing, guys? How you doing? Good morning. Make sure you press the like button, share the video. Thank you very much. What's going on? Vin Diesel. Myran, right? That's how you pronounce it. Thank you for coming in. Mike, welcome to the live. What's going on, guys? So what happened now? If you didn't do anything, why you don't want to testify, you know, a witness, unless you have something, you know, you're covering up something, you don't want to say something, you know, you're covering up the truth. But in September, you know, remember, Rivera of dismembered remains were discovered in a Tulsa car, abandoned Tulsa, registered to Dave at an impound lot in Hollywood Hills. Remember that, guys? You know, Celeste has been missing for more than a year. Her body was put in a freezer. Then it was stuffed in the trunk of the Tulsa car, abandoned, and it was left for weeks, probably over months. And her body was severely decomposed, and also she was dismembered. So right now, the police have someone in custody who refused to testify or witness against what happened. He didn't want to tell the truth. So what's going to happen, guys? Let me get myself out there. Let me get myself out there. What's going your message, man? What's going on, Mike? What's going on? Listen, I'm paying attention to the chat now. What's going on, Mike? Don't say, Douglas, good morning. Welcome to the live. Make sure you press the like button, guys. Press the like button, share the videos, get into the video this morning. I appreciate everyone that's supporting the podcast. Listen, guys, and also, I really don't ask for people, for donation, but I'm just letting you guys, the super chat is open. You want to give a gift, you want to do, donation, you want to support, watch our video, watch the commercial that go through our video, guys. That all of that will help, the podcast to you subscribe. Thank you, man. Thank you very much for subscribing. Make sure you share the video. And also, Myron, listen, Mason, check this out. I do have another podcast. It's called YARDCHAT MMA. Please, I'm asking you, since you subscribe to this channel and you like the content that I speak about, what we're going to get about today about Celeste, and I have over 1,300 videos on my platform that you can watch. Also, the other channel is called YARDCHAT MMA. I speak about MMA. I do commentary MMA. So I'm asking people, please go over there and subscribe to YARDCHAT MMA, guys. You're going to see me on there. You're going to see the same person that you're seeing on the screen now. It's called YARDCHAT MMA, and that's my channel that I love MMA. I love mixed martial arts, and I haven't been really on that channel like I should. People, it's a lot of work. I'm focused on this main channel, but that's neither here or there. But this morning I will focus on the Celeste, the Dave case in Los Angeles, the young girl Celeste Hernandez. Remember, she was murdered. She got dismembered, stuffed in a car. Now police made an arrest. A young man living in Montana. He got bailed out on a $60,000 bail. And right now, we don't know, but right now, police are still doing this investigation. It's taking them a long time, guys. Unfortunately, they said they can't, say how we know she's died, but it's like, the body is bad. I know that she probably died before this dismembered the body. Maybe strangulation. There was no bullet hole. We don't know, but it seemed to me, I'm leaning towards maybe she was suffocated. I know they probably did a toxicology, whatever you call it. I can't say that. Toxicology. I'm not from pronounce right. That they run like for any type of drugs, any type of substance in her body. I don't think they did, but there's a strong possibility this girl was strangled and dismembered, because they were saying, there's a private investigator said they had a electric saw in his house, in one of the manager house or whatever. So right now it's the friend, and we have pictures of the friend, and this is the friend that and look at this picture. See, let me move myself out of the way. So that guy right there is the same guy as this guy. It's the same guy. This is a clear picture. Same guy, man, same guy. So he need to answer some questions. They're saying he's a witness, but he know Dave. They know Dave, because him and Dave took a selfie. Teenagers, older people, whatever, they take that selfie in the mirror. So obvious they know each other. So the police wanted for him to be witness, and he didn't turn himself in or go make the report. So the police went for him in Montana. They arrested him at his mother's house. So I guess they bail him out on a $60,000 bond. He's out. But the question is, what do he know? Can they hold him in a temp? Can they hold him in temp of court for not telling what he know. Basically, that's what it is, telling what he know. But it's for some reason, Dave is not cooperating. And but one thing I gotta say, whoever Dave's lawyer is doing a good job. I mean, legally, because he told Dave, shut your mouth and don't say nothing. Don't even go on social media. Just get off a tour. You go home. Because right now, let the police do the work. But from what I heard, they said Dave was cooperating, then he stopped. You can't force no one to talk. Especially when you have a body, but you don't know how the person died, what happened, because this girl had a history of running from home and being out on the street for months and months, a year, and she never came back home after this last disappearance from home. They cannot tell how she died, determine how she died. We know she got dismembered, but they're saying something. Nope, listen. And the resisting and the fighting, it's going to be a mess. So I believe that person, Celeste, probably was already passed away and they dismember her body. That's what I believe. Thank you for the subscribe and thank you for the 3 likes. So, you know what I mean? So this is an update on this case, man. But hear this note. I have some other things that I want to speak about too. And also, I did a video on that. It's about Tracy Morgan. We know that, his friend, his friend is homeless. I don't know if I have a picture of it. I think I delete those pictures. I don't think I have a picture of it. But his friend is homeless. And Tracy Morgan, Tracy Morgan totally disrespect his friend, a man asking for food. He's not asking for money. He said, man, I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. I'm homeless, man, but I'm hungry, man. Can you give me some food? No. Wow. No. That, like I said, man, God will test people and see their heart, where their heart lies and where their heart, really is, what is condition of the heart. And right now, I believe Tracy Morgan should be shaming himself. And this had nothing to do with because he's black and his friend was a black man. He bullied me in school. Listen, you got to show you're the bigger man. You're the better person because you became successful. And so for some particular reason, your friend is homeless and he's living on the street in New York. Yeah, it's not your fault. But what I'm saying is, you could always help a helping hand. You don't know. Maybe this man, after you help him, he probably would apologize. I apologize for what I did. I was wrong. You don't know, but you never gave him an opportunity, and you never gave this man a chance. So, I'm sorry. I apologize. We were all kids in high school. I bully you, wasn't right. But for you to come out on the news, you there with all these people taking pictures and you're posing, and you know the man, you recognize the man, and the man said, listen, man, I'm hungry, man. You said, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. No, I ain't giving you nothing. No, I don't owe you nothing. It's hard, man. It's harsh. People, the world is cold. There's cold people in the world, man. People don't care. And the world, this how the world is, man. It's a cold world, people. It's a cold world out there. And it's showing you the mind frame. And when I say I show you the mind frame of people, I show you the mind frame. Someone, between Dave and this guy, they know something. They know something. They know something. And right now, the police have one person, he's a witness, but he don't want to testify. Dave's friend do not want to testify him because they're friends. And I don't know how the police going to deal with this, but they need to start holding people in a temp, and say, listen, we need to know, I don't know, man, but I don't know. The police, I don't know, guys. I don't know what they're doing, but something is not right. Something is not right. We in the year 2026, and a young girl got killed, murdered, her body found in September, but she probably died like in August, July, August. Her body decomposed, we don't know. And for them not to know nothing, stuck. Dave is not cooperating. His friends who got arrested, who not want to be a witness, not cooperating. His mother, and no one is cooperating. So what the police do? They baffle, they stun. What's going to happen? You're going to listen, number one, let me tell you something. We know this is a land that you are innocent and proven guilty in the court of the law, but let me tell you something, guys. I don't care what they say. This is me. That's your car. You are responsible. That's it. That is your car. You are responsible. Since none of these people, his friends, Dave, the manager, mother, nobody want to cooperate in this young girl. What happened to this young girl? So guess what? Since she was in your car, and all your guys has access to the car and nobody want to talk, guess what? Everyone is going down for murder. That's what you got to do. Listen, if you don't give up, everyone going to be charged for murder. And unfortunately, I believe the police department have to put their foot down, take their foot out their rear end, and put their foot down and say, listen, if nobody come forward between Dave, the manager, and his friends, all 4 parties or 3 parties will be charged and held accountable for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Plain and simple. Put your foot down, LA Police Department. Put your foot down. Put your foot down and tell these people who involved, who's getting arrested, don't want to be witness and going all the way to Montana, even though Montana and it's not that far. But you have to put your foot down and say, listen, guilty by association. Since you don't want to give a witness report, nobody want, guess what? Since everybody want to hide and cover for each other, everyone is charging for her murder. And you see how quick people start turning on each other and start squealing and talking what they know. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to tell them everybody's going down for the murder. That's how you got to do it, guys. And this had nothing to do with called black, white, Asian, had nothing to do with it. They all had something to do with it. Since nobody want to come forward, guess what? I'm the prosecutor. I'm charging everyone with first-degree murder. We can't prove it because your guys don't want to talk. But guess what? You'll know the truth. So guess what? Go in jail and sit down and think about it. Arrest all of them. Arrest all of them. The FBI need to step in. See, this is where the FBI need to step in and say, wait a minute here. You don't want to, this is a state, this is not the state no more city. This is the FBI. I guarantee you, if this turns into an FBI investigation, and it should be, I don't know if it is, it should turn into an FBI and say, listen, put all your guys going to be guilty and charged for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, because guess what? People don't want to be witness and running away, don't want to come to the court and witness, don't want to be witness against their friend. But guess what? The manager, Dave, and this guy in the picture, this is the guy that got arrested and he got bailed out. But all of them, no, you know what? Not bailed out, with no bail. No bail. Due to the severity of this crime, no one gonna get bail. Everyone is being detained until we figure this out. Because why? Because if you could run to Montana, out of the state of California, and go to Montana and you don't want to answer, guess what? We're gonna detain all of your guys. That's what you have to do. Don't you believe? Jim Wilder, you agree? Put them all in prison. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jim. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. Make sure you give the video a like, Jim. Thank you. Oh, probably, yeah. California have its issue over there. Give the video a like. She's in a world by herself. These people, what you got to understand, guys, what you have to understand with these people, it's like in California, they're in a different world. It's a different state. It's a different world. When you go to California, it's like a different look. Everybody's laid back. It's hot. Everybody's laid back. You know what I mean? And in the city, Los Angeles, man, I just don't understand how this went down. And Tulsa, one of the world's smartest car, which is proof it's one of the worst car, is proving that it's not a good car. Because if you're supposed to have a car that's supposed to have cameras, sensors, who drove the car there last? That's what I want to know. Whoever dropped that car there is responsible. Who? Why we can't know? Who? Where's the cameras? Where's the Tulsa camera? Where's the information? Don't they have a? What's going on? I just don't understand. What is? Listen. Hear this now. I dug up some information a couple of weeks ago. Do you know Dave's father had some association with Epstein? Some working. Oh my God, people, let me tell you something. I don't know what Dave and his parents and all these people around a young girl, why everyone is hanging, and we know Epstein was famous for what? Allegedly, as they say, trafficking, right? Young girls, whatever. Is it a coincidence that Dave's father worked for Epstein? Is that a coincidence? Or just a coincidence? If that makes sense. Because this don't make no sense to me, man. This country is supposed to be the number one in the world to with all the technology that they have, and they can't find out what happened on the day when this girl, got murdered, put in a car. How she got in a car? How come Tulsa, how come the FBI or the police department or the state or the city of California not going to Tulsa? So listen, we need, just like they could go to Apple, yes. In this case, I know Apple, we all sign privacy and Apple cannot, but listen, they have to be exceptional to the rule, especially in a case like this. They have to be exceptional, people. They have to be exceptional. It doesn't matter. The court, the government could overrule the right of you, because in this case, someone got killed in the fashion how she got murdered. They need to do something. It's going on over a year. And nothing. This is the only update information that we got, that this man was got arrested by, at his mother's house in Montana and got bailed out on a $60,000 bond because, as the reporter said, that he didn't want to witness. He's a witness and don't want to say nothing. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of things, man. With this guy, they arrested this guy in Montana because he didn't want to witness to, give his witness statement. He witnessed. They know he witnessed something, or he's in cahoots. Listen, man. Listen. We know America have your First Amendment rights. We know you have the Constitution right. You are innocent and proven guilty. But let me tell you something. They're going to have to prove themselves that they're innocent. Because to me, they are guilty due to the situation, how they're acting, how this one don't want to give out information, how Dave don't want to cooperate with the police, as reported earlier, maybe months back, that he stopped cooperating with police and not saying nothing. So what that's telling you. So therefore, as a prosecutor, I'm going to the judge. I'm going to, Your Honor, we need to sit down. Your Honor, we are getting blackballed. We are getting stonewalled. We are not, these people are not cooperating. So we need to detain them because we believe these people, or these 3 individuals, or these 4 persons, they had the risk to flight, because we had to go to Montana to arrest one person that left the state, so Your Honor, we need to detain them. We need to get a warrant for their arrest to detain them. On what? On murder. All of them should be charged for murder, because if no one want to speak, because they come for each other, guess what? Peter going to pay for Paul, and Paul going to pay for Peter. Everyone going to be charged for murder. Figured out in court. Who's going to get what time? You play what part you played? Oh, I was there, but I didn't do nothing. But you're guilty because you didn't call the police. A murder committed, and you was there, and you knew about it, and you don't want to say it. And most likely, that's why this guy don't want to say nothing, because he probably knows something that's very crucial to the case. And if he opened his big trap, his mouth, people going to go to prison. My question is, if YARDCHAT, I'm not stone, but I'm keeping 100% real, because this podcast is real talk. What going in reality in society. This is what my podcast is about, and I use the word of God to clarify what I'm saying. I don't have to answer to no one but God. But I'm obeying the law of the land, because the word of God says you have to obey the law of the land. And you have to pray for your leaders. Pray for your president. Pray for your mayor. Pray for the police department. Pray for EMS. Pray for the fire department. Pray for the nurses. Pray for the doctors. Pray for everyone that's in politics. You have to pray for them, for God give them divine leadership to lead it, like Mike Johnson. But if you don't have the mind of that, you're not going to get it. So these people don't have the mind of God. They have the mind of another spirit. So when you have people controlled by another spirit, they're not going to do what is right for other people. And when you have people like these, like Dave, they're not. There's nothing you're going to tell these people that they're going to speak. They're not going to talk. So you have to force the issue to them. Guess what? Breaking news. Since nobody want to say what did, who did what, and how Celeste got dismembered, because we know she got dismembered, because we have her body. Everyone going to be charged for murder. Let the prosecutor and let your peers and the juror decide if you're innocent or guilty. A body was found in your car. Register you. He should have been arrested. Who does he know? His father is a lawyer and used to work for Epstein. And we all know Epstein was charged for trafficking, underage, and all that, raping, all of that stuff. And allegedly he hung himself. Right? Dead man tell no tale. What was Dave's father? What type of business he was doing with Epstein? What kind of business? Lord, good morning. Welcome to the live, guys. Thank you for the likes. Guys, make sure you press the video, man. I need this video to go in other of them, guys. You know what I mean? So people can hear what I'm talking about this case, because we need to make, I think more podcasters need to be more seriously and speak real about this, not just regurgitate other platform. Speak about like I am, man. Commentary is you. When you commentary on something is you, your point of view is you, not regurgitate what everybody think. Yeah, you get all the information, but there's a time and a place where we know that something went down. All of these people are involved in somehow, some fashion, but no one is talking. Now, it seemed to me like the DA and the prosecutor hands are tied. Or are they tied? Really tied? They can't do nothing? A young girl is dead. A 14-year-old girl got killed. She got killed when she was 14 because they found her body when she was 15. It was really crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. And it's sad. A 14-year-old little girl hanging around a 19 or a 21-year-old man. 21-year-old man. Going to fake ID, going to college parties, going seeing Dave perform. She's in the backstage. There's picture of all of that. But my question is this, and I'm not beefing with TMZ. I'm just keeping it 100% real talk. Hear this now. If TMZ could go in prison and get a videotape of P. Diddy Sean Combs, and TMZ posts on this a lot, you mean to tell me they can't get more information? If TMZ can't get no information, who the last person drove the car? Because TMZ have people they get it. Harvey Weinstein used to be a lawyer. Remember, he used to be on the judge, the judge, the show, right? He's a lawyer, very smart guy. Create himself an empire, as you said. Even though I don't believe that some of the things that they do, I don't support it. Some of the things they support, I definitely don't support. It's not every topic that they discuss that I agree with, because I think sometimes they are very biased in a certain way. But that's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Is it a fact? No, it's my opinion. And this is an issue that people who come on platform and want to speak on certain things and don't know, and think it's facts, and giving people false information. No, you speak up on what you know. You know what I'm saying? Is this possible to see the connection about Diddy at this? Possible. Check this out now. Diddy know Epstein, right? Dave's father did some business or work for Epstein. You have an underage girl around growing men and growing people. Who gave it a fake ID? How you have a 10-year-old girl online talking to a 15-year-old, 16-year-old guy? Remember, people, she was only 14, and they knew each other for a couple of years. I think they probably knew each other maybe when she's like 11, 12. She's still not even a teenager. He'd start messing with this guy or whatever this guy meant, whatever, when she was 14, because she died when she was 15. Or she died before 15th birthday, when she was only 14. So apparently this guy's messing with a 12, 13-year-old, and you like 15, 16, 17 years old. What the hell is this? He should be charged for that. Who gave it a fake college ID? Why he's not being charged? I don't know, guys. 10:08 New York time, baby. 10:08 New York time, people. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know, Dennis. It's weird. This case is very weird. Very weird case, man. And it's sad because you have a girl that even start to live her life. They even start to live her life. Didn't even make half of her life. She was only 15 years old. She didn't even live to see her 15th birthday. 14. She lived 14 years. Wow. How could any one of these people that are socialized with this case and could walk around and feel like nothing happened? Who was the last person to see her? Who was the person that dismembered her body? Why they have a chain in the house? Someone bought an electric chainsaw. Hey, electric chainsaw, body dismembered, put one on one together. 2. Wait a minute here. Her body dismembered. We have a chainsaw here. Wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna do forensics evidence and blood and things like that. But listen, somebody dismembered this girl. Someone dismembered this young baby. She was a baby. A baby. Look at her eyes. Fast and going nowhere. Fast. I know little girls like these. We see them all the time. A certain way they dress. They want to talk like they're older. They want to dress like they're older. They want to put on makeup. They want to go out with older guys. Listen. I remember when I was in junior high, and I know this guy was old, man. This girl was only like 12, 13, and this guy, I know he was in high school. He probably was about 16, 17. We've seen a lot of things like that, but when we look up at it now, it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. No girl, no 12, 13-year-old girl should be going out with a 16, 17-year-old high school man. No, young man. No. Even though as they say, mature faster, but it's still unmoral. It's unethical. It's not culture at all. It doesn't rock well with me. You understand what I'm saying, people? That's how I look at it. Am I wrong to think that way? I don't know what the judge decided will be, but what do you think in the appropriate punishment if they are proven guilty? Listen, I don't believe in the death penalty. Because why? Because over the years, you've seen a lot of people that have been in jail, man, and died and they proved they're innocent, and a lot of people in jail spend years, their whole life going there when they're 15, 16, come out, they're like 70 years old and they're innocent. Money can't make the time up, so we have to be so if we're making mistakes like that, if we are making simple mistakes like that, and when it comes down to murder, we have to be 100%, and it's not going to be 100%, but with the evidence and the person don't want to defend their action and the time, and they're leaving out things and they don't want to say, and you put one on one together. So listen, then you're guilty because you don't want to tell the truth. So you have to force people to defend themselves in this case. You know what I mean? I believe this, and I said this is what I believe. I believe the prosecutor need to go to the judge and explain to the judge that they getting black wall, red tape, the run around for months, and we know that we have the body, we know she's dead, we know that there was some underage. The judge, you got to go to the judge and explain that and say, Your Honor, but we had to go to Montana to pick up this guy who was supposed to be a witness, supposed to come to a witness to tell us some information, but he didn't want to. We had to go and we arrest him. It's not a good look. And let the judge say, wait a minute here, okay, so, and if the judge is really want this case to be heard in a juror and trying to get some answers, he needs to say, listen, a warrant for the arrest, and they'll be detained, and they're going to be, what do you call it? They could be, what's the word? What's that? Man, when they're charged, indicted. You understand? They're going to indict them from what? This is how indictment work, guys. Indictment work, you get 4 or 5 people in a room, and you gather all the information, and you building a probable cause, a narrative towards this person, that there's a strong possibility that this person did it. And the person who is ahead, or you're going to have one person write up the document and give it to the judge, and the judge is going to look at it, and the judge is going to look at it and say, give me a day to look at it, let me just think about it within the law, and the judge will come back and say, okay, indict them so they all get arrested. You know what I'm saying? we waiting for that indictment. No one can get arrested. So the only way that indictment gonna come and play, the prosecutor gotta go to the judge. Your Honor, we are not going nowhere, but we know, Your Honor, that these people did it. We know something happened because this girl is dead, Your Honor. But these people don't want to talk, or they come for each other. So Your Honor said, you know what, indict all of them. They're all going to be arrested for murder, and bring them in. Then now all of them are going to have separate lawyers. And now when due to the severe, I don't know, I kind of know California law, but I don't really know it. I don't know if they have the death penalty there. But once you get the indictment in, you know, if California come with death penalty, and that's what you're going to throw on the table. If it come with 25 years to life, but guess what? That it could be double life, because due to the severe and the dismemberment, and her body was put in the freezer, then stuffed in the trunk in a car, left for a month or two in the heat. You know, California is very hot. So due to the severity to the crime, the judge could say, listen, he could also guide the jury and say, listen, the judge have the last say. So listen, due to the severity of the crime, y'all got to come back with a very good verdict, guilty verdict, for me to render, you know, the sentences what go with the crime. And if you don't, I could take it in my hands and listen, I need, you know what I mean, the judge could say no. You know, it's the same thing in the P. Diddy case, where the judge said, listen, I sat here, I heard all of that, and we know, I cannot charge you for that, but we know you did it. So, but guess what? Dude, you know, I could get the crime, his time could be less, but the judge said, listen, man, I'm not looking at less time. I'm looking at the law. I'm going to study the law, and I want to see the severe of the, you know, to the extent of the law that I could hold you in prison for, and that's what the judge did. But the judge needs to act in this case. No, the prosecutor needs to act and go to the judge, and the judge will decide what to do. Because right now, the judge have the power to say, listen. And the judge said, okay, I see. And the judge can say, listen, I could see where you're going. There's probably cause. Yes, I'm going to prove this, because due to the severity of this case, we need to know what's going on. We're going to try them if they're innocent or guilty or not. They got to prove to us that they are innocent. Because right now, the way things look, with the narrative after the indictment, what brought to them, it looked like they are guilty. And the judge want to know, explain yourself. And that's what it is. Indictment is for you to explain yourself what happened. And the prosecutor said no, because we think that you had something to do with it, and we come to you with this narrative, and we went to the judge, and the judge indicts you. That's what it is. Where you think the judge is getting the indictment for? Is getting it from lawyers, the prosecutor. It's not just the prosecutor himself. He probably have 3 or 4 to 5 people brainstorming within the law to come up with a narrative within the law. Even though it might sound crazy and weird, but they have to come up with some narrative and give it to the judge and say, okay, I believe the narrative. I'm going to get your guys slide with it. But go. And most likely, they will come back with a guilty verdict in this case. Because too many people hiding. Too many people is covering up. Too many people don't want to speak. And when people don't want to talk, because this is what I understand. It doesn't matter. A person who is innocent and know they didn't do nothing will speak up. But a person that know they did something in back of their head, they cannot speak because they are afraid of something coming out. So that's what they done. They cannot talk. That's why I always say, get your lawyer and shut your mouth. Listen, I don't know who Dave's lawyer is, but let me tell you something. That man is good. Because as soon as he got Dave as his client, he said, shut your mouth. Don't say nothing. Shut your mouth, people. That is a good lawyer, and that is a client that will listen, because he knows he's in some hot water. But if I know my lawyer tell me, shut your mouth, you didn't do nothing, I'm going to speak, because I know I didn't do nothing. I'm innocent. We know a lot of innocent people go to jail, but I'm saying when you know you're innocent, you know when you have your court in your day in court, you're gonna prove. And when you know you're innocent, people, you know. So put one-on-one together now and say, listen, with this Dave case, it's very, very. I believe there's a lot of people involved, and they're covering for each other. Because if I don't talk, and you don't talk, and you don't talk, and you don't talk, hear this now. This is what is coming to thought. When you dismember a body, it's crazy. Then you put it in the freezer for how many days or months? A deep freezer. And they said he had a deep freezer. Oh my God. Then you take the body out of the freezer. Then you put it in the trunk of a car. Heat. That's why they cannot tell. Someone is doing some work in Dave camp. Someone is doing some covering up to cover the trail, because guess what? Celeste is gone. A dead person can't tell no tale. There's no video from Tulsa coming out. Nothing, this and that. They could have all the things. They could have a freezer in his house. They could have the chainsaw, electric chainsaw, all of that. The same tattoo. But you cannot prove he did it. And that's the problem they have. And if the prosecutor don't go to the judge and push the judge, say, Your Honor, and let it slide like this, I believe they will walk. They will walk. Strong possibility they might walk. Scary, man. It's scary, man. It's scary, Dennis. It's scary, man. It's scary, man. It's scary. That's the type of world we live in. This is the type of people that we're living in the world with. And we think that outsiders, you know, we need to reevaluate and look in the mirror and look at ourselves and say, listen, who am I fooling? They're closed. Yeah, they're closed. They moved. They moved to another location. Yeah. Yeah, it's right there on the door. So we are moving to what? See, are they over there? I think so. Yeah, they're on what's that? 14th. What's that? I don't know. Some. Right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was a gentleman want to go in the Verizon store, and I told him they closed. I know the guys there. They told me, and they said, yeah, I was gonna close, man, because I guess, you know, the location here, you know, I guess they want to go into like a more because this is like a little plaza here. We have you know, like a lounge. We have a store. We have the Verizon. We have the tanning. We have the cleaners. We have the nails. We have the catering business, Italian restaurant, and I think Japanese restaurant. But and the bank, you know, but they're moving from this location, go to I guess this location is busy, but they've been here for years, so I guess they want to, you know, I guess they're making some money and they want to go to a different location and update, you know, and all that stuff. Verizon, you know, that's all it is. It's scary, man. It's very scary in this time of world. And you know, listen, man, you know, we have this idea that we don't have house enemies. And house enemies are very dangerous because they are the people that you socialize and you surround yourself with, you know, either in an organization or a church or your job or school, or because these people, you know, you consider them not your friend, but you consider, when I say your house, because you engage with them all the time, like in school, you know, you engage with these people, so you're not going to expect someone that, you know, you speak with, you have lunch with, you go out with, field trip or whatever, work with, you go to dinner with, you know, Christmas party, you know, things that you, we call it, the exchange gift, you know, things like that. You're not expecting a person to do that. You expect that, oh, your enemy, so you know where your enemy is. You're looking, you know, oh, your enemy's over, so you're not worried about it, and your enemy's not worried about it, so you know they fall, but you're not expecting someone who's close to home or your house enemy that live in your own house, work at your job or office, whatever it is, whatever you do, you're not expecting that. And one person, a pastor told me that, and big up Pastor He's not here no more. Pastor David Layton Smith, Faith in Baptist Ministry in Ground Zero in New York. I used to go to his church years ago, and this man, let me tell you something. That man taught me a lot, and you know, and so it's like you never know, man. And here, this funny thing about it is, when I say house enemy, I'm going to get some deep with you guys right now. Hear this now. That's why I love this podcast, because I believe God is doing something very good, and because He come first, man. So check this out. So I'm looking at a certain situation, and I went back to I went back biblically, right? Because I had to get history, man. And you get history from the Bible, because the Bible is history. So I'm looking at, you know, Judas and Jesus, right? And I'm saying, wow, man. I said, Judas was there and see all those things that Jesus did and the miracles and all those things, you know, and he's still betraying for money. Still betray him for money. That's a house enemy. I'm sure the others were all shocked. Judas betrayed. They were shocked. Money. There's always money in the mix. Money. Money, man. Money. And there's nothing wrong with having money, but it's what you do with the money, intention. You say that, you know. So it is, man. It's scary, man. And hear this now. And when you add it up and you come today, it's about money. Because from what I'm hearing, people was getting money. Look the other way. Here's 50 grand. Here's 20 grand. Here's 100 grand. People looking the other way. I don't see nothing, you know what I mean? A 13-year-old little girl out there, you know, people know. People know. Or someone, his managers, you know, this guy here with Dave taking the, what do you call it, selfie. Look at this guy. Look at his eyes. What you see? Spoiled. Stubborn. Prideful. Confused. In a fight, who to believe? Yeah, this now. His mother went on record, said that his son had some mental illness because he used to hear voices. Ooh. Voices. Listen, February 8th, Sunday, February 8th. All these people on the chat, February 8th. I know what people perception is like nowadays, but money can destroy the mind and motive, and sometimes not even good or evil. True. You're right. Good thought. So like I said, look at his eyes. You know, your eyes is a window to your soul. The guy in the back, look at his eyes. He look like he's very high on something. I also work and I was a supervisor working with youth about 12 years, girls and boys, all type of trauma. So I could say I'm a counselor. I have expert in counseling, yeah. Sociology, yeah. Now I'm in nursing, so it's the same thing. taken care of. Serve. Hospitality. My question is, I want to know why Tulsa is not involved in this investigation. Who was the last person that drove the car and parked the car there? Don't Tulsa have the technology to do people? Don't they could see where the car left and where it went to? Don't they have a tracking system? What the hell is going on here? If I had my brain and they said we are dumb, they said, you know, we content creators. I do not consider myself a content creator because there's nothing creating about reality. This is real. This is real as it go every day. So I'm not no content creator. I'm speaking about reality. That's why we call it YARDCHAT, real talk. You understand? Everything's for a purpose. You know, the first time I saw the DB, I just thought he was a good guy and great singer. I can't believe this case. I don't know, man. Listen, man. You saw his videos, his video, what he's talking about chopping up. It was crazy, man. Dave is fighting an identity crisis as well. The sad thing about it is he have some issues. Like I was saying, February 8th, 2 p.m. live on YARDCHAT. Please, I need support. February 8th, that's Sunday. Sunday, February 8th, 2 p.m. live podcast, YARDCHAT the host. And we going to have multi guesses. We're going to have a panel of maybe like 5 to 7 people. February 8th. I want you guys, and we're going to speak about mental illness or mental health. And I have some information that I will open some people's eyes. And we listen. And you're going to say, wow, it's true. Because I'm speaking of self as well. I had some, not saying, but I had a challenging couple years ago. About 24 years ago, 25 years ago. And I got the victory in the name of the Lord. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from. So we got the victory. We got the victory, but we have to exercise it through our words because words is power. It's not money. It's the because money don't have no power. Money's a piece of paper. If you don't pick up the money and put it in a bank or use the money don't move by itself. It's someone picking up that money to invest it, to move it, and spend it, and do evil deeds or good deeds with it. That's what it is. It's not the money. It's good to have money. We all need money. We need money. We have to live. We have to pay our mortgage. We have to pay our rent, car notes, insurance, our kids, soccer, and volleyball, and eating, and going out on vacation. All that. We need it. Nothing wrong with having money. It's but when your money become you and the money run you and you don't have no control of it. That's the problem. That's the problem. Listen, as a parent, as a father, and my wife say, could say the same thing too. If you see your child, and you know your child age, and you see your child brought a girl home, because they know, wait a minute here. I need to speak to you. How old is she? No. We're not going to do that. But if you disobey, because they didn't even live in their house, so, you know what I'm saying? But they were aware of it. They're aware of it. They are aware of it, but did nothing. Also, guys, follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I will be on TikTok today at 1 o'clock. I do podcasts and live on TikTok with Mr. Fifth, General. So we're gonna be live today. So I'm not gonna be on. I'm getting ready to log off, guys, and get some rest and be on at 1 o'clock p.m. on TikTok. If you go to TikTok, you see my page, you're gonna know I'm live. You just come on. All right, guys, and listen, people, it's very important. I do self-promotion. I don't have a sponsor. We are monetized. Listen, let me tell you guys a story. Then I'm going to log off. The goal was for the year 2025. Last year was to make 2,000 subscribers. We didn't make that. We didn't make that goal at the end of December. We didn't make it. And we didn't make our watch hour. I said, okay, God, you the driver. I'm just a passenger. I'm going along for the ride. You in control. So I came, I said, guys, I made a video. I said, I think I was on live. I said, guys, thank everyone for supporting the platform. We didn't make the goal, but we still, the goal was for me just to encourage myself to go, to set goals and, self-encouragement. So we didn't make it. Trust me, guys. The New Year's, I think I did a live, like New Year, I don't know, I was doing live, but man, we did some lives, guys. That's what I'm saying. God is good. Check this out. One video, a live video went viral. I don't know how live video could go viral, but it did. We had 84,000 views and over like 60 subscribers. I think it was like 70, I don't know, something like that, subscribers. I said, wow. Then I did another video, 23,000, another 40 subscribers, watch hour like 300. We had watch hour. Between 3 videos, we had like 1,600 watch hours, and we made our watch time, we made our subscriber in the first week in January. See, that's what I can tell people, the goodness of God, you know what I mean? And like I said, God know the people for this channel, so whoever come on this channel, God allowed them to come on, because it's not about me, it's about, sharing the good vibes. Sharing the good vibes, people. So I appreciate, Dennis, man, I thank you, man. Thank you for supporting the platform. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. And, you know what I mean? And I thank everyone for joining the podcast this morning, guys. And I'm out, you know what I mean? I did a video with Tracy Morgan. It's on my platform if you want to watch it. I did a video. I have over 1,300 videos, so it's a lot of video you guys could watch. Thanks for joining me, guys. My name is Wes, host of YARDCHAT, guys. Thank you. Make sure you like the video, share it. Before you leave the live, guys, make sure you press the like button so the video got the like button and engage.